See what Shettima said that is causing so much reaction. He said some Nigerian clowns on Twitter are celebrating naira fall to dollar instead of joining forces with us. I will show us this video that he said this. Watch this video, guys.
But stultifying and heartbreaking that yesterday when the naira plummeted to 1,500 to the dollar, instead of us to coalesce into a single force and salvage our nation's economy. Sadly, some clowns are celebrating on Twitter of an impending implosion of the Nigerian economy.
So this is coming from the vice president. Why call Nigerians clown? That's the problem that the people have. You are not meant to call them clown. Everybody have the right to say anything the way they want to say it. And this is one thing that people know. Nigerians did not even vote for you. The people were saying it, but you forced yourself on them. And now you are asking them to come and partner with you. Reacting to this on X, this person here said, highly irresponsible and reckless words by a number 2 man in government. Also, another person here reacted and said, lol, this is laughable. Some of you were happy that Boko Haram chased Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. In fact, it's rumored that some people formed it to disrupt Jonathan's regime. You took on a job you clearly know nothing about. Even the security you boasted to handle is in shambles. Pour ashes on your head because you are nothing but a failed co-pilot. Another person here said, you stole a drum you can't beat. Joining forces with you, how, sir? Are they sharing your benefits and salary with you? And this is one question. Are Nigerians sharing the salary with you? No, you people are the one enjoying. And you want the people to clap for you when our naira is declining on a daily basis. Just imagine you spend over 1,550 naira for $1. That's actually very pathetic, and it's heading towards 2,000 naira. Another person here reacted and said, join forces with mandate thieves. Look like Shettima no get sense. You want Nigerians to join forces with mandate thieves? Return our mandate. Simple. Misplaced priority. If you feel you don't know what to do next, hand over to someone who is ready to do the job. Also, this person here said, look at this man. Did Nigerians vote for you people, or you rigged the election won by Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed? Celebrating or calling out your ineptitude, and that's it. Indeed, Nigerians are just calling you out on what you are not doing well, and you call them clowns and saying that they are celebrating your failure. Another person here said, so the Twitter clowns are the ones responsible for the free fall. Make una hide una face. You have failed as a government. You don't need to look at critics. If you have done well, you will shut their mouth with your results. And this is it indeed. If you are doing well, the people will not criticize you badly. But you are doing poorly. That's why they are talking. Also, just like Shettima, Tinubu has made another rash statement saying that kidnapping and banditry are not as serious like the way the media is projecting it in Nigeria. And this is actually very laughable because people are actually experiencing it in every part of this nation, and you are coming out to say it's not as serious instead of you people to get to work to ensure that you bring sanity back to our nation. Just look at the excuse they are bringing up. See what they said as reported by People's Gazette. He said, kidnap, banditry not as bad as journalists report. Nigeria not among top 10 kidnapping nations. President. So this is what the presidency is saying, that Nigerians should relax, that the media is over-reporting it, that Nigeria is not yet among the top 10 most kidnapped country. That means we have not entered the countries where kidnapping is on a daily basis. Just imagine what the presidency is saying. Instead of getting to work to ensure that this banditry, kidnappings and killings in our nation come to an end, they are making excuse and telling us that the media is over-reporting it, when most people in Nigeria are saying that the media is under-reporting it because there are cases of kidnappings, of killings that we don't even know about. through the media, but many people are already victims of it. But the media don't even know. They are not covered. Yet you are opening your mouth to say that the media is over-reporting it. Reacting to this on X, this person here said, the day they succeed in kidnapping one of you or many of you will be the day you will appreciate the enormity of the kidnapping menace. And that's it. The day they will succeed in kidnapping any of them, that's the day they are going to accept that it's actually not a laughing matter. Also reacting to this, another person here said, Nigeria not among top 10 kidnapping nations, really? So that's enough excuse to undermine the issue. News of bandit attacks and kidnapping dominates the headlines literally every week, but presidency thinks it's not that serious. Such a disgraceful statement. Indeed, it's actually a very disgraceful statement. And another person here said, why is it that when it comes to bad things, presidency will be comparing Nigeria with other countries, but when it comes to good things, they never compare Nigeria to other countries? Now they are comparing kidnapping and banditry with other countries. This man is not serious. I thought I had seen it all, but I lied. Is it when we are first in kidnapping that you will act? And this is it. Is it when Nigeria becomes the number one in kidnapping that you will walk? Another person here said, so we need to be among the top 3 before the issue of kidnapping will be taken seriously, ba. Please wake up from your slumber before Nigeria becomes number 1, as it might be too late by then. And this is it. Indeed, wake up from your slumber. You can't just fold your hands and be claiming that we are not yet part of the top 10 countries that have cases of kidnapping. So until we get to that number before you work as a government. Also, Peter Obi shared his experience from visiting Nsukka just few days ago, and it's actually one that is very emotional. He shared the story of one of his friends from school that is actually a professor in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, but is earning peanut money. He's earning so little that he can't even fend for himself, and he is begging Peter Obi to help him to get into politics so he can at least get what to fend for himself and his family. And Peter Obi is saying that if many Nigerians can't even stay in the educational sector again and everybody is fighting to come into politics, how are we going to even grow our nation? How are we going to develop the leaders of tomorrow? And it's all because these politicians are not even concerned about the citizens. They are concerned about themselves. You steal money and then give professors peanuts as salaries. See what he said on his X account. He said, my 2 key assignments in Nsukka, Enugu State on Wednesday, as significant as they were, got consumed in my chance but emotional encounter with an old friend and university mate, now a professor in the institution. My mission in Nsukka was for 2 important events. First was to visit and assess a dilapidated health center, and second to campaign for one of the federal legislators, Honorable Dennis Agbo, contesting to represent Udenu/Iboeze North Federal Constituency in the forthcoming by-election on Saturday. I believe this legislator is committed to the good of his people, but while in Nsukka, I met one of those brilliant fellows I knew while I was a student of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, in the 80s. The fellow graduated with a first class and became a lecturer in the institution. When I later visited the university as the then governor of Anambra State, he proudly announced to me that he was already a professor, and I rejoiced with him. I met him again in Nsukka on Wednesday, but our exchange of pleasantries resulted in very pathetic tales about his general welfare. I noticed in his look and mien that all his happiness of being a professor had vanished. He began his story by telling me that he felt like he wasted all his years lecturing. He dragged his pitiful story into his current remuneration as a professor. According to him, his salary as of January 31st, 2010, which is 14 years ago, remains the same to date. Having reached the pinnacle of his career, the only significant difference is that while the money was worth something in 2010, Today, the same amount is worth nothing. The professor recalled how he was able to buy a Toyota Corolla from his savings, something that is not possible again today. I asked for his salary today. He said about 400,000 naira. He broke my heart when he requested that I put in words for him so that Honorable Dennis Abo can appoint him as a special advisor when he wins. The reason for the bizarre request that shocked me was that he would earn more and receive more perks as an SA than a professor. Touched by this and applying my finance background, I decided to do some comparative analysis. By January 31st, 2010, the salary of a Nigerian university professor was about 400,000 naira. With the then prevalent exchange rate of 150 naira per dollar, the salary amounted to about $2,665. 14 years later, on January 31st, 2024, the salary of a university professor remains 400,000 naira. With the prevailing exchange rate of 1,510 naira per dollar, the same salary now amounts to about $265. So, after putting in 14 years of hard work, having attained the zenith of his academic career, a Nigerian university professor now earns 10% of what he earned 14 years ago. This is only possible in Nigeria. A few years ago, a Toyota Corolla cost 4.8 million naira. So his annual salary without any expenditure on any other item amounting to about 4.8 million could buy a Toyota Corolla. Today, the same Toyota Corolla costs about 52 million naira, which is more than 10 years of his salary without expenditure. To be able to buy one after having attained the highest point one can achieve in academia, considering the critical role education plays in the development of a nation and the low Human Development Index (HDI) we are currently at, we require as many hands and a committed workforce as we can get in that sector. But can we get such? When the earnings of our professors are going backward relatively. Sadly, we are in the same country where the government can use an amount enough to buy 3 Toyota Corollas to buy personal SUVs for the legislators, whose annual earnings amount to several times that of the university professor, and can now afford to pay the professor more than he can earn from lecturing in a premier university in Nigeria. How does one then remain earnestly committed to contributing to the critical development of the nation? My campaign, therefore, is to dismantle this criminality and create a functional society where people's talents, efforts, and sacrifices will match up with their opportunities in life. We can reverse this negative trend and build a fairer society. A new and different nation is possible. So this is what Peter Obi shared, and it actually broke many people's hearts. And come to think of it, this is actually one of those that we have seen. There are many people, even in civil service, that are collecting peanuts. There are many persons that on a monthly basis, with the way the economy is very hard, they still pay them 30,000 naira in a month, and they are federal government workers. It's very pathetic that this government and this administration, all what they are concerned is themselves, their pockets. They are not even concerned about anybody else. And this is why we were advocating for someone like Peter Obi to be the president of the nation. But Nigerians were not able to get what they wanted because INEC and Yakub Mahmood failed Nigerians. Reacting to this on X, this person here said, imagine a prof earning $265. Man is begging to be an advisor to a House of Rep member. Now why people know the two-rate education in Nigeria again, it's hard not to support and appreciate a president like Peter Obi. Your Excellency, I want to assure you of my permanent support in your quest to save Nigeria from criminality and corruption and to move this country from consumption to production. Another person here said that is why a professor can't resist 100 million naira bribe when they are made election returning officer. Poverty is a big tool. That's why they don't want us to get better. Omo, see how you broke down simple economics for us, yet people overlooked this and did nonsense during the election. Another person here said, when you see Peter Obi's movement and compare it with the guy INEC and Supreme Court gave Nigerians, you will wonder why Peter Obi isn't the president of Nigeria. Another person here said, I stood under the sun for hours to cast my vote, even though we were robbed, but I am happy I sacrificed my comfort for the good of every well-meaning Nigeria, both Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. One Mr. so-called Tinubu have been walking around the world and never encounter any of his schoolmates. My president, we are proud of you. Another person here said. Also, this person here said, Nigeria has happened to him. Everyone in the Nigeria civil service, when they relate their efforts and results to their counterparts in business and political world, feel so pained about what life has presented to them. That's the plight of many people around our institutions, and on that very conditions can't offer the best of service to the young Nigerians that are gunning for better future is the major reason the nation remains unproductive in every ramification. And this is it. When people look back, they feel they have wasted their years because they are working with the government, yet they are not seeing any benefits. Another person here said, if this write-up doesn't tell you how doomed we are in the hands of those ruling us and the current Nigeria situation, I don't know what will. If profs are earning 400k as at today, I wonder what doctors are earning. This is my president. Another person here said, the only one I recognize. God will judge the other one that has completely finished Nigeria in less than a year he took over. Shame on APC and all the tribal bigots. With this figure, we wonder why professor will reject millions of naira for bribe given to them by politicians during elections. This rascality and criminality needs to be dismantled, and this is one thing. That's why they can easily bribe them to do their biddings during election. Another person here said, this is quite sad and unfortunately the reality today. As a nation, how can politicians trusted with improving the lives of their people choose to focus on the wrong things and be selfish by embezzling money they don't even need, thereby further impoverishing the people? How? And this is actually very pathetic because it is where we found ourselves as a nation now. And also, one of Tinubu's die-hard supporter that voted for him in the last election have come out to lament and is saying that he is regretting that he voted for Tinubu, and he is calling on Tinubu to do the right thing. He is saying that if he had known that it's going to be like this, he would not have voted for him. I will show us this video where this elderly man that supported Tinubu is lamenting. Watch this video, guys.
I'm not happy with my president. I'm regretting for voting for my president and for voting for APC, because this is not what we voted for. You know, we are not voting for. We not voted for suffering. We voted for peace, tranquility, and for to alleviate poverty. Let me tell you, if he and his planners are giving reduced fuel price, it will reach common man on the street rather than giving it to private sector who are already belleful. They are going to share this money, no doubt about it. What do we gain for the past 7 months? We voted for President Tinubu in Milokan. I'm a Yoruba man. I regretted for voting for him because this is not what we bargained for. I'm also a retired director. I'm telling you, a retired director collecting 75,000 naira at federal. You have 5 children or 4 children. How will you cope? Nothing for retirees. We are still suffering. They are telling us that we should manage. The first president said we should have patience for 10 years. So until all Nigerians die finish before they can resuscitate us. Let's call spade a spade. This government is not doing well.
This is it. This is one thing Nigerians keep saying. Indeed, elections have consequences. Just because he's from your place, just because he speaks your language, just because you feel that he has danced for you enough and you want somebody who is from your region to come into power, you supported him. And now INEC helped you by rigging the election. Now see what you are going through. And we keep saying this. This is not just going to be for people that supported Peter Obi. Everybody will suffer if at the end of the day this man did not work. And this is what we are going through now as a nation. Reacting to this video on X, this person here said elections have consequences. They never see anything. Another person here said he should be patient. We are just in February. This is just the beginning. This person here said, indeed, election has consequences. Another person here reacted and said, but we told you that voting across tribal lines will bring you nothing but suffering. Now you are complaining. What should we do? Also, this person here reacted and said, you were warned, but bigotry and tribalism blinded your common sense. Una well done. I have no pity for people like this man. Tribal bigots. Too early to cry and weep. The suffering never starts. Even with his vote, Tinubu did not win the election. He purchased it from INEC and co. And this is it. Indeed, he purchased it from INEC and even from the Supreme Court. Another person here said, you voted for someone that didn't say anything or promise you anything. How did you know he would do well? A common bigot. And this is actually very pathetic. And it is one thing that Nigerians kept preaching and talking about, that elections have consequences. Vote well, vote well. But look at what they did. And now they are the ones coming out to cry consistently. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. We'd like to know your thoughts about the video, guys. And please do to like and subscribe to this channel if you are yet to subscribe, so you get updates whenever we post a new video.